Go ahead.
Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about arm controls and ways of securing the arm. You know, in knife fighting or counter knife, there's a lot of different questions about like how we're going to grab the arm, try to get control. Obviously, any sort of control is a good control when we get into this range of fighting, but we're going to talk about when and why some things might be a little bit better. Both of us are wearing t-shirts right now, so we'll be focused right on the arm grab. We may put on a hoodie or something like that to talk about how clothing sort of interacts with this. So, a couple different grabs. If you're standing right in front of the person and you go to trap, and I'll lose my knife for right now, you know, this kind of grab, this is a great grab. The problem with this, even on a 2-on-1, is the bottom is still open and he can enter this way, okay? So, typically if I want to get a 2-on-1 control, I want to get something like this where I'm getting tricep control, or at the very least, instead of this grab, I'm doing this grab. Okay, like some people call it baseball hold or something like that, so that now I get control on both sides wherever it goes. Anytime I'm double-sided like this, even if I really trap it that way, that's me leaning into it and trying to get that trap. Now maybe I can push it to the side, but even then, even if I push it to the side here, I lose it off the back end. Okay, so this grab, any grabs is better than not having a grab. This is not a great grab. So typically, this is okay. This would be better. Okay, and this is more if I'm standing right in front of him, where this kind of grab happens. So another option is if I'm not standing in front of him, and I'm not even talking about how we get here. That's immaterial to how I got to the point of the grab, whatever block deflection, who cares? At some point I got to this, and this is happening. The next thing is I'm a little bit more to the side. How are we centered here? Pretty good. Okay. If I got a little bit more to the side, however this happened. Again, I can do this, and I can go over the top, but especially if I only do one-handed grab over the top, the bottom is still open, okay? And especially if he's in reverse grip, okay, I get this kind of control, this is a problem, right? As I come into here, I get this kind of control, this is a problem. And this is why, ideally, we go for a 2-on-1, we have tricep control, and we have here. Now, tricep control can be anything, but right now I'm showing this one grip up, one grip down. Now he can come in, and I've got really good control. And this is optimal. This is the best control that we could ask for. Obviously,
now, basing out would be helping that, or?
What's that?
Basing out a little bit?
Right. No, a lot of times actually I might be this, right? So this is tricep control is tricep control. You may see stuff like this. You may see this, especially against a taller guy. I will often do this, where I'm shorter and pushing up, but this is all the same thing. This is the same thing, where I'm driving forward, control tricep here, where it's hard for me to come into here. So if we get a deflection, he gives me a number one, I get a flying, and I can begin to get that motion. And see, this way, if I get my hack, I can grab this, but I'm still open underneath. Okay, and it's really hard, Glenn, right? That's me trying to grab. So I can do the same thing, and I get control, right?
Now, what was that? Palm up versus palm down?
Right.
Okay.
So I'm here. This is palm. Here I open to the bottom, and I have this one. Now it may be if I'm against someone much taller, I may do this, just because at this point my structure, it's all on my thumb now, and he'll either lift over the top, or I'll lose it. But if it's someone reasonably my own height, this feels pretty comfortable. Okay. Now, it's most concerned off of a shorter weapon at this range. If we move to machetes or bolos or swords, okay, so he goes here, and I can try to grab here. Now, if he comes back in, I'm still pretty safe. I mean, this is going to suck. It's not going to kill me. And so one of the reasons I come up here, I get this, I have still really good control. I got him crossed, and that's my backhand line as I come in. And again, whatever happened here, however this happened, he can still come underneath. And again, this is ideal. I got skin here to grab. If we let's go put on hoodies real quick. Or you put on a hoodie.
So that there, on that down-low approach, still having that palm up would be still preferable then?
Depends on the angle, right?
Okay.
So I get a flying here. So now I got an extra layer of resistor. I actually get pretty good structure here. I do an over the top grab, and I'm also, look where I'm grabbing. I'm grabbing at this is elbow, right? I'm grabbing tricep. This is moving slower than the end of the arm. So it's easier for me to get that versus me trying to catch that, which, great, I got this and now I got no control. I mean, I have sleeve, but not the end of it. So I go here, and there's my control, and there's my entry line. Again, less important on the longer weapons, because if I blow it, right, so he can still come around and manipulate and everything else like that, but I can also just come in and sort of body check him and take us to close quarters. Ideally, I get that palm up. And if it's a backhand line here, I'm not just going to try to catch this, right? I'm absolutely going to jam my thumb. I can't stop it. So typically here, and again, we often would do this with knives. Obviously, that line is there for the same thing. I'm taking the pepper off with my forearm here, where it's bang. Here, that takes the energy off. That gets my control, and again, I have my line here as we come in. So, anyway, just a couple talk about different ways of entering to controls and why we do some of those and how they move between different weapon lines. So, good?
はい。